Trump says Biden's border wall sale is almost a criminal act, will seek restraining order. No, this is, look, I will go as far to say that all this border stuff, if you were to combine everything, is treason. I don't throw that word around loosely. There's two people in this country right now that I think there's a very, very strong case for treason to be put forth. That is Joe Biden and DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. They allowed tens of millions of people, because the reason why I say tens of millions is because it's either lowball 10, upwards of 25 to 30 million people if you take what's also been imported in the past. So these people are here. We know there's murderers. We know there's sex traffickers. We know there's drug traffickers. We know there's violent gang members. We know there are freaking 400,000 children missing. By the way, it's 500,000. I think Mr. President is about to get it wrong. It used to be 320,000 just a year ago. And a lot of you caught that the other week when we sat there and you go, well, I thought it was 330,000, Brad. You were correct. That's how bad. 400,000. It's 500,000, by the way. But let's go with the sake of what they're saying. 400,000 children gone. What? Where? Where do you put 400,000 people? You sell them off. In the sex trafficking, forced labor, that's what's going on. And Joey's allowing it to happen. You know, all these missing children. Can we bring out the old milk cartons again? Missing, I guarantee you there's going to be a different person in every milk carton you have in that grocery store. Why? Because Joe Biden sucks at his job and people still voted for the Democrat Party. I mean, really, let the 70 million plus people voted for freaking Kamala Harris. So he's selling our border wall for pennies, which is only going to end up costing all of us more. It's not it's not like Donald Trump's going to give up like, oh, well, he sold the border wall. What am I going to do? I can't do anything. It's over. Yeah, I'm going to fall over like a turtle. No, he's going to freaking just buy more border wall and build it. It just delays everything, which is costing all of us money. It's sabotaging not just the Trump campaign, but all of us. Dude, I'm trying to be on my best behavior here because it's really my New Year's resolution to stop cussing on the show. And I feel like if I start now, we'll do a little bit better here when it starts January 1st. I don't understand the motive. Does he hate this country that much to where he just doesn't want a border wall? Or is he, as you will see later, is he so far gone that it's not actually him doing this? It's these deep state that know that they're screwed when Donald Trump gets in office and Elon Musk and Ramaswamy have their way with them, that they're all going to be fired. And it's kind of like their last hurrah, their last double middle finger, in the same way that we saw that with those waiters and waitresses. What was it? New York, Washington, D.C., I believe, where they're going to sit there and give terrible service to Trump workers, Trump supporters, those people, to give them the double middle finger. Is that what's going on here? I don't know. That's the thing. Or maybe all of it. Maybe Joe is gone and he goes, sell the border wall, please. And then these guys are great. It's screwing over the Trump campaign. No, you're allowing people to be murdered is what you're doing. You're allowing people to be murdered. So President-elect Donald Trump tore into Biden administration for selling off parts of the border wall following an exclusive Daily Wire investigation, which we did cover here on the show. Trump made the statement after a Daily Wire investigation revealed that the Biden administration was selling off portions of the border wall in public auctions with a goal of unloading the border wall before Trump takes office in January. Again, the portion that he's selling that's been sitting in the desert is the portion that Donald Trump was going to start using on day one to start lifting, putting it in the ground, using the concrete, the rebar, all that stuff to get a nice, beautiful border wall going. Now, it is rusted. It's not going to be super beautiful, but hell, just having it in the air is beautiful. With a goal of unloading that border wall on one Republican senator found that the administration was recouping just 0.2% of the original cost of the wall material to taxpayers. I'm going to read the quote, but I'm kind of explain the kind of idea behind this. If it was to be the idea, meaning I'm going to build an argument that doesn't make sense right now, but it would if what was I'm about to describe going to actually take place. So the administration is trying to sell off 5 cents on the dollar, knowing that we're getting ready to put it up. Meaning they're not getting even $5 for this border wall, because who the hell is going to buy that unless you're like need to smelt down the steel or whatever. So there's people putting in like 5 cents for this border wall. What are they doing? It's almost a criminal act. They know that we're going to use it, and if we don't, we're going to rebuild it, and it will cost double what it cost years ago and hundreds of millions of dollars. Correct. So that, I believe Donald Trump was the one that actually, Trump said that. So it's going to cost you more. Why? Because inflation's up. Everything is more expensive. So not only is it going to delay the building of the border wall, but it's also going to cost you hundreds of millions of dollars more money. And so this is Joe Biden giving the double middle finger as if he's been giving us these. I don't want to flip you guys off, but the double middle finger since he's been in office. Rising gas prices, grocery prices, your rent's gone up, your mortgage rates have gone up, your interest rates have gone up. You can't finance a car, not that you should, but you understand what I mean. Everything's gone up. And so he's like, well, screw you guys. Here's the double middle finger. Now I'm going to do this to you. I spoke. So let's just hear it from Trump, actually. There's a clip down here. Let's get that going.
We ordered an additional 200 miles of wall. It's very expensive. And now it's about double the price of what it would have been 6 years ago. And the administration is trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar, knowing that we're getting ready to put it up. And what they're doing is really an act. It's almost a criminal act. They know we're going to use it, and if we don't have it, we're going to have to rebuild it, and it'll cost double what it cost years ago, and that's hundreds of millions of dollars, because you're talking about a lot of wall. I built much more than I said I was going to build, but then after it was built, I said, we can do some more, because it's sort of like water, people flow through, and that will pretty much really take care of it. And what happened is they just, as you see, they're trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar. And that's really, that has nothing to do with a smooth transition. That has to do with people really trying to stop our nation. And all it means really is that we're going to spend hundreds of millions of dollars more, not even talking about the time. Time would be pretty long. But we'll spend hundreds of millions of dollars more on building the same wall that we already have.
You notice Trump's demeanor has changed a lot? Not in a bad way. He sounds presidential. Like a New Yorker, but he sounds presidential. And, he has those roll rough edges. But here's the thing. He doesn't need to act like he did in 2016 or even 2020. The Democrats have destroyed this country so much that he literally doesn't have to do anything other than talk about the fact that they're trying to destroy this country still on their way out. I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know if it's like a lack of love of country. I don't know if the Biden-Harris administration hate this nation. I'm not, guys, it just doesn't make sense to me. Here's the only way that this could make sense. Let me explain. So you see how he says here, one Republican senator found that the administration was recouping just 0.2% of the original cost of the wall material for taxpayers. We're $36 trillion in debt. If you were to make the case that you wanted to sell off this border wall to pay off some sort of debt, I don't agree with this, by the way, I'm just merely making a case for it, then it would make sense, but not putting it $5, putting it off somewhere else and selling it that way. I don't agree with it. I don't even think it makes sense. But if we had to sit there and make an argument for what's going on, that's the argument that would be made. But it still falls short because that's not even what's taking place at all. So I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. Think of some sort of reason as to why, as the president of the United States, you would do something like this. It's odd as hell, is it not? It's weird.